Hey there everybody, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So this time we've got a former guildmate of mine, Gibbo, currently of Aussie East Coast Scoundrels. So Gibbo's been a long time supporter of the channel, so it's about time I actually had a roster review for him. But yeah, we're going to just do the general thing where we have a look at the roster as a whole, so let's just get into those stats. So Gibbo is currently 4.099 million, so just a shy smaller than Crimson, so doing quite well in that regard. I know that Gibbo also took a bit of time off the game early from when it first began, so he came back and he got better, so that's all good to see. Let's see then, so we got top 80 of 1.704 million, top 65 1.482 million. I'd say they're pretty good, reflective of GP. Ships 1.703, so ships are looking quite good. I'm going to say, I think, closing in on 2 mil. I'm going to say just means, I can see you've got your negotiator in the fleet arena. I'm guessing that means work on malevolence. Let's see, so Zeta's 62, Gear 13's 30. Reasonably low numbers, I think, but again, maybe I'm being harsh. I'll check my numbers in a moment. Let's see, so your 6 dots, you've got 97 6 dot mods, you've got 525 pluses, you've got 26 20 pluses, 15 and overs, you got 81, and you've got no 6+% offense mods. So room to improve on the speed potential, on the offense there. Speed maybe a little as well as far as the 25 pluses, but that's all just rolling those 6+ mods. Okay, finally your relics, let's have a look at those. So yeah, we've got 7 Relic 7s, 3 Relic 6s, 5 Relic 5s, 10 Relic 4s, 5 Relic 3s. So yeah, it definitely seems like you've fallen into the same trap I have at times, where you've taken stuff up to Relic, but then maybe just left things. I've got C-Pit in mind when I see those numbers. I know for myself, I need to do more Relic 5s. Especially a Padme team, I need to take that to Relic 5 on one account. So at some point I'm going to have to pause everything and make sure I get at least Padme to Relic 5. So just looking at that, I don't know your things just offhand, we're going to look in a moment. But I'm curious if any of those Relics 4s and 3s can go up a little bit. So, without further ado, let's have a look at the roster. Okay, that was the first thing I knew was going to be there, Darth Vader at Relic 7. That was one of Gibbo's first investments at Relic, I believe. I'm curious how Gibbo's getting on with Vader. I mean, everyone's had a rough switch with the nerf. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's bad. A few people I know are saying he's about the same if you just mod him correctly. I'm going to say you've gone for your offense and health, so I'm not going to disagree there. You've got a lot of speed. Potency could do with a little bump, in my opinion. Damage, I wouldn't say it's bad. I think you could maybe get a bit more on at Relic 7, especially with offense mods. Let's just have a quick look at your mods themselves. So 25 speed, you got offense there. Speed primary, offense. That maybe is one way you could improve. If I'm just going to be a little bit brutal, you could actually say, right, health, protection, health, not doing a lot there, so try and find a better arrow. Again, 20 speed, yeah, but potency as well, I'll give you that. The other two doing nothing. In fact, that 5 rolls on defense, that hurts. I'm sure you're after the speed, and I've done it myself where I've tried rolling one and I've got another I don't. But yeah, it's almost at the point now where maybe you need to look for a better mod. Crit chance, okay, not really buying that. I think Vader doesn't need crit chance now really as far as Merciless goes. And if you're going for an offense build, you don't need crit chance as much as you need an offense primary. So how I view that, you've got the speed, which is alright, but don't forget, with Empire and Sith allies, Vader's going to go fast anyway. So you don't necessarily need him be at 270, you can afford to drop him a little to get more offense. So I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, maybe you could afford to maybe drop a bit of speed on one of these mods we've discussed already, just to get maybe a bit more offense in the mods. Yeah, I've got 23 speed. Offense is good there again, crit chance is alright there. What I would say, that is probably the best of the mods I've seen so far. I mean, you've got more speed there, you've got the offense as well, so I'm not discounting that, but I'd say that's a nicely rounded mod. Final one, potency, you could do with just rolling that. I know you're probably getting onto other things, but yeah, you could just do finishing that one off, get the potency on. Speed's a bit low as well. I don't, just based on the fact that everything else is 6E or above, I'm wondering if you've just done a remod and I'm just seeing an unlucky mod there. But yeah, just based on what I can see, that could do with improving a bit. I mean, offense, crit chance, you know the drill. So, you've got the right primary. I like seeing potency primaries on Vader. I think if you were to go offense and potency build, it'd be nice as well. It'd just give you more chance of landing debuffs for Culling Blade, even though Culling Blade's a bit of a dud now. What I'm thinking as well is that with Vader lead, just supposing you do that, Force Crush has got more chance to apply debuffs, which means more dots will stick. I'm thinking of C-Pit and all that kind of stuff there, so again, I wouldn't discount potency. I can recognise maybe if you haven't got good potency mods, health is a good substitute. I'm just looking at options there. Okay, I'm moving off the screen because Vader's lightsaber's giving me a headache. So, I'll have a quick look at your next two tunes. So we'll go to JKR. 300 speed, that looks good. Okay, okay, we've got 13 there. Crit chance. Okay. Speed, double offense. I love that. Absolutely love that. In fact, if you're going to use Vader, I mean, it depends if you're using Vader or Revan more, but that would be a great Vader mod. It's almost a shame it's there. Because, actually, I'm going to go back to that. You could probably afford to put that on Vader if you weren't using an offense build. That is actually very harsh as far as unlucky as much as anything. I look at that and I think it's a damn shame it's a speed mod, because that would be beautiful on Vader if it was a speed mod. But, oh well, we'll move on. Protection primary doesn't really matter. Offense is better, obviously, but protection ain't. You really just have to speed here. So you got 16 here, bit unlucky. I wouldn't really roll that for 2 more chances. You've got as much chance of getting 2 you don't want. So, yeah, I mean, similar here. You've rolled a bit. I wouldn't roll anymore. 30 potency, not the worst. I mean, personally, I'd go for offense there, just if I could, but potency isn't bad. Speed, crit chance, yeah, bit unlucky on the defense rolls. Okay, we'll move on. Malik, how are you building him? So you got 120k plus protection, you got just shy of 150% tenacity, and you're a little shy at 288 speed. I say a little shy, 300 I was looking at. Yeah, the armor isn't impressive, but I always look at armor as like a nice secondary thing. You know, if you have great armor, it's going to be nice to see, but it's not a must. Yeah. Let's have a look at the actual mods. So yeah, tenacity, speed, protection. You could afford to put something other than speed in there. I know I was looking at speed for 300, but you don't necessarily need 300. I mean, if you remember Crimson's builds, Gibbo, when I had Malik as my arena team, he wasn't that fast. I had him as a potency build just so I could land stuns on Galactic Legends. Well, on tanks and Galactic Legend teams. But I have gone similar to how you are now, tenacity, protection and speed. But speed for me is always the least important. So personally, I'd be going protection up there and try and get a speed secondary, or a good speed secondary. If you go here, you've got speed, protection. Yeah, a little bit lacking in tenacity, but still the speed's good, so yeah, fair enough there. Could do with rolling that, just get. I know it's tricky again, 6-dot mods, but get as many as you can around. Tenacity's nice there. I mean, roll that, you're going to get about 6%, I imagine, so that's still nice. Speed's a bit low. You know, I wouldn't normally say roll a mod like that, but the tenacity for Malik will be nice. Plus a little bit of extra offense. I always like an offensive Malik as well as a defensive. Protection, speed, potency. Nice bit of defense. So yeah, lacking in tenacity or a protection secondary, but you've got the protection primary, so it does work. Final one. Yeah, I wouldn't really go for an offense primary myself. I might have done this in the past. I wouldn't do it now though. Yeah, I would go protection or tenacity myself. So you've got a lot of tenacity already. So maybe it's one of those situations where you can afford to put a tenacity primary on, but then look for mods that have got less tenacity in them. So that might be the way I'd look, but if you're happy with offense, by all means you can keep it. I have used it myself. It doesn't hurt him by any stretch, but yeah, maybe just one to consider. Okay, can we find a toon that hasn't got a lightsaber? Because the last couple have just been ringing in my ear. Who have we got? Who can I just go to for a little look? Let's go to Bosk. Bosk has got a gun. He doesn't roar. I don't think I've got a headache. It's just that it's loud in my ears. Maybe I should turn the volume down. Okay, so we've got speed 255, protection 73k, tenacity 81k. Okay, your Bosky boy needs a bit of work. Speed, speed at Relic 4 anyway, you can be shooting towards 300. So 255, you're quite a way short. Protection, you can be aiming towards 100k, and at 73k, you're falling quite short. And then tenacity, you can shoot over 100% tenacity quite easily. Again, falling a bit short. So let's have a look at your actual mods. Speed, protection, defense. Okay. What have we got here? Speed primary, defense. Yeah, offense crit chance of doing naff all here. So if you can get a better arrow there, because speed's nice, obviously, but tenacity, protection. Think of Bosk a bit like Malik in that way. Yeah, defense. I don't know why I'm looking at defense, obviously defense there. Protection, tenacity, yeah, they work, so a bit of speed as well. Not the greatest one to take to 60, I will give you that, but you never know. If you roll it, you could get some speed rolls, and then maybe it becomes a better mod out of it. Let's see, we've got 12. Yeah, not nice secondaries there, and plus I wouldn't go for a health primary there, I'd be going protection myself. So yeah, could improve there. Looking at circle, speed, double offense and health. Yeah, I'm not buying anything other than the speed and protection there. So yeah, you got a very offensive Bosk at times here, it seems. Tenacity primary is great, speed's very low. In fact, this is one of those mods you could potentially sell, just for the fact that, yes, it's got 4 speed, but the fact that you've rolled it already, you know, you've got your 4 rolls, it isn't doing a lot for you. So unless you have someone who just needs a touch of speed, but is also offensive, which there aren't many in the game, then yeah, I would just sell it. You're not going to get much use out of that. So yeah. Okay, let's go through factions. I've been talking for about 10 odd minutes now. Let's just go faction by faction, see how you're getting on. So you got General Skywalker at 6-star, well done for that, Gibbo. Let's have a look at your Rex. What speed you got on him? 296, so yeah, I would say that's good. I think I've sort of been brainwashed into setting high standards for Rex, where 300 is the minimum. But yeah, 296, that's going to do great. Plus the 20% speed from the 501st, he's still going quite fast. Well, the only time he won't is against opposing Rexes. So you're going to be fine there. Let's move on. What is 5s like? What build have you gone for? Bit of chunky protection. Just one mod roll. I'm looking at that arrow just because I can see that it hasn't got 6E. That could potentially get you to 100k, I'm guessing. Let's just have a look. Have you got armor? A little bit of armor. I'm sure you can get up more armor on 5s. It's an interesting character to build. Let's just have a look at what you've gone for. Speed, protection. You've got speed, protection, defense, offense, tenacity. You got speed, protection, offense, health. That is interesting. Speed, offense, protection, and protection primary. Protection, speed, health, defense, protection. And tenacity, then health, speed, health I'm looking at. Okay, so again, the stuff there that works. I think you've got a very interesting build as far as tactical awareness goes. Max health, max protection, speed and offense. So you do look for those stats. What I've started doing is trying to add defense in. For the simple reason, armor, it can just be very annoying if you've got a high armor 5s. That's also doing well in the other stats. But just a nice amount of armor that'll essentially make it hard for an opponent to chew through him. So it's not something I would mod for priority 1. I think protection's still important for him. If you can slide some offense in there, it's great, just like transfers with the sacrifice. And naturally having speed on him was great to transfer that. But what I would say, if you do have it spare, do add armor just for when 5s is alive. Because when you think Domino Squad, it does give defense. Let me just double check how I'm reading this. Yeah, if Echo is present, 5s has 100% defense when taunting. Now, 5s doesn't taunt often, I know that. So, if I'm right, I'm just going to go to Echo's kit for a moment. Here he is. So let's go for Domino Squad there. So if 5s is present, Echo deals 100% more damage when 5s is taunting, or has 100% defense when 5s is not taunting. So they do pair up. I knew there was a pairing. Even though 5s doesn't taunt often, there are situations in the game where you want him to taunt. Maybe gas is down, you just need someone to take a taunt for a turn. Maybe you're doing the Sith raid and gas isn't there. Maybe you need him to taunt when Shaq T's around. In those situations, having that defense can be so good because it just means that because he's taking damage, he's not taking as much damage, especially with 100% buff. So it's just something I would say consider. I'm not saying you've got to do it. I'm giving you food for thought. And I did say this before in a previous roster review. I can't remember, it was 2, but yeah, it might be worth considering. Okay, I'm moving on. We got Bad Batch, not unlocked. We move on. Bounty Hunters. Relic Full Bulba. Let's have a quick nosy how you're getting on with him. Okay, they don't look the most optimised mods here. Yeah. Crit avoidance. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. I'll save you. I'll save you being shown up there because that didn't look great. Oops. Moving on. We'll skip droids, we'll go to Empire. So, I remember you saying you were going for C. So, I'm looking at that and thinking you've got 6-star Piet, 6-star Krennic. Just checking there wasn't anyone else you needed. So yeah, it looks like you're coming along as far as the requirements go. What I would say... Royal Guard now is definitely one of those characters that you can afford to build up sooner. Before, he'd have been second or dead last. I think it's only Krennic who would have left till last. But now I'd say Krennic's a definite last build and Guard is higher up just because he's got a great kit, or maybe not a great kit, but a better kit than what he had. So yeah, I would say you could actually afford to put Royal Guard in an Empire team now and get away with it. So, yeah, I think to myself, maybe we've just, you got your Zeta on him, I can see you working on him, but, if you've got time, maybe it's worth taking him up now, as far as maybe you're doing Piet or thinking about Piet, because obviously you're gear 10. Yeah, maybe it's worth just getting Guard up. I don't know what your thoughts are. Ewoks, I'm guessing you've done the bare minimum there. 7 stars. Coolio. Let's move on. First Order. Got a Gear 12 crew, not a lot else. I'm going to say they're the key ones to get the teams ticking, you know that, so we'll move along. GR, how are they doing? Alright, you got Padders at 4. This is the kind of thing I was talking about before. You got Shaq at 4. I'm guessing you did that so you could contribute to a new guild event. Same with Rex, Arc. Certainly no harm in taking Arc higher. Yeah, looking at that, I think Padders, she could go to 5 quite comfortably. Shaq could. Ahsoka could. Arc could. So there's quite a few 4s there that I know they require Erodium heat sinks and the flawed signal data, but they would just benefit you in multiple game modes. So, yeah. I'm looking at that. I had a feeling it might be a Galactic Republic. I don't know why. I should have put money on it. But yeah, I just think to myself, Padme, Ahsoka, you do them, you're going to have, by my reckoning, 4/5 of a CPIT Padme team. The only one missing is 3PO down the bottom. As far as the clones, I'm assuming you're trying to work towards cam shots. I'm assuming you are. So I'm looking at that and thinking, the more relics on Shakti, the better. I mean, if anything, if you want JMK down the road, you need a relic 7. Same with GK, you know, no harm taking him further. But I recognise you've got your C problem as such. You won't get your C-tunes up and all that. So what I would say is, when you get spare time, which is very difficult, I would prioritise them because they look the closest to doing good for you. Okay, I don't think there's anything there that I really want to look at right now. I apologise if someone in the video is saying, oh, check this. Sorry, sometimes I just don't actually think like that. So, yeah, just scream at me in the comments if I'm missing something. Okay. I'm curious about the Relic Soldier. Was it a bet? I can't really get why you'd have Relic Soldier but not Relic GBA or Spy. Yeah, I'm a bit lost there, Gibbo. I don't remember that one either, so fill me in on that one. Okay, Troopers. We've seen the most of them. Thought I'd just show them again. Let's move on. Jedi. You got JKR at 6. Bastil's at 11. Is Jolie full? Yeah, Jolie's full. Let's have a quick look at him. Thank you. Someone's putting a bit of tenacity into it. Okay, it's not as much as I like, but it's still a little bit of tenacity. It's like, okay, I'm hearing a bit of what JJ's saying. Have we got crit avoidance? No. One day I will see a Jolie that I will be beaming at as if to say, someone listened to my advice, someone did. But right now it's like, okay, you're halfway there. You've got the tenacity mod set, and for all I know, maybe that's because they've got health primaries. A little bit of health primary, yeah. I've said enough on Jolie in the past, so I'm just skipping on now. That is something I will say, by the way. If anyone's been watching these roster reviews and like each week I give one out, and you're thinking, I keep hearing the same thing, tell me what you'd like me to say instead, as far as if there's something you think I overlook quite easily. Just keep giving me feedback in that regard. Okay, so we've got Night Sisters. Asajj is up. I'm guessing that was for gas, so not a lot going on here. We'll move down. Phoenix Rebels, all the same faction. CLS Gear 12 with the Zeta. Old Ben with the Zeta. Gear 12 Chopper. Now, again, I know you played the game and then dropped it for a spell. I can't remember if Gear 12 Chopper was one of them things you said you built up before, because I did overlook Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon with the Zeta. That was one of the things you built up before you stopped playing for a bit. So, yeah, that was when Qui-Gon was meta. That's how long ago it was you were playing, if I recall. So, I'm curious if Chopper was around back then and you decided to take him all the way. But I am a little bit confused if not. Okay, Resistance. No RJT. So, yeah, could do with a bit of work, although I've got BB at 7, so that's something, I guess. Skip Scoundrel. Oh no, let's have a quick look at Scoundrels. You might have Nest. Yeah, you got 7-star Nest, so you could potentially do some Ewok solos there. Newt. Gear 12 Big Z. I do like Big Z. Chewie could do with a bit of love and attention. You know, he's a big cuddly bear, you have to feed him. Right, let's go to Seppies. So you got your 6 Dooku for C, 5 and 3 on B1, B2, looking good. Grievous Gear 11 with 2 Zetas. I know he's a pain, just get him to Relic. I'm saying this with Temin, who's got Gear 8 till 9 Grievous. I know, just try and do it, just don't leave it like I've left mine. Yep, Droideka Gear 12, that's serviceable, same with IG. I would like to see more Relic DDKs. I think Droideka is he's a tune that when people are going for gas, I feel like they overlook a little bit as far as, oh yeah, just get into Gear 12, that's all he needs, move on. But DDK's actually got some alright damage at Relic level as far as he can be annoying. So I wouldn't overlook him. Let's put it like that. Okay. This, I feel, is where the bread and butter of your roster is going to be. Let's have a quick look. So, we got Marauder at 7. That's good. 2 more for Sidious. Maul, if I'm correct, is there. Forgive me, I haven't looked religiously at the C requirements. I think 4 was Maul. So, you're looking good in that regard as well. Your JK was 7 before, I didn't mention that. So, yeah, I'm looking here and I'm thinking you are very close to C now, I would say. You maybe 3-4 tunes off at most. So the question I would ask then is, what are you going to run with him? So let's go back a page. Seppies. You haven't got what unlocked. But I'm assuming your guild does Darkside Geonosis. Now, I know when you were with my guild, we weren't earning a lot of Watch Shards, so I don't know if you've had an increased uptake since then. But I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, know what? That could be a little bit of a concern as far as using Sith Eternal Emperor. If I just go back up a minute, you've got Armourer, you've only got a 3-star. What I would say, as soon as you've done with farming shards for your Sith Eternal Emperor tunes, before you farm gear that day, just get your Armourer shards in, because, yeah, Watt and the Armourer with C are magic. So, get her to Relic 5, she will just be this annoying presence at the start of battle. Just in the sense that, even when I'm using SLKR, there's this temptation to think, alright, this should be an easy win, but if the Armourer does get Beskar ingots onto C, it could become problematic. So, yeah, what I would say, don't neglect Armourer. I mean, yes, there is a chance she could do things at 3-star with the Zeta, but really, with the Armourer, so if I remember right anyway, she does only need 2 for C, recover 30% protection at the end of each turn. So, all she needs is 1 turn to take that, to put that onto the Sith Eternal Emperor, and I have seen comps recently where Thrawn is in the team, purely to give her that 1 turn. So my advice to you, do not neglect her. Even if you just want it just for your arena team, it is worth it, because I get it, the Mandalorians are a bit rubbish, but don't underestimate it. Again, my advice. Okay, Seth Empire, last one. Yeah, you got a 5 team. Could do a bit putting some love into Sith Empire Trooper at some point, just so you've got a flex option as far as if you want to go with Marauder HK, if you want to go for Marauder Trooper, if you want to go for HK Trooper, you know, you've just got options. You can even leave Malik out maybe one time and do these 5, so again, build them up, give them the options. I say that because I would love to have these options on Crimson. I always have to go with these, well, these 4 and that one. Okay, ships. One ship I want to look at, just one. Can you guess what it is? Bonk. That ain't looking good, Gibbo. Yeah, you're going to need another 2 stars, so I've got no idea what shard count you're on. I'm assuming you're promoting as you're going along. When I see 4-star, for all I know you're already at 6-star and you just haven't done your promotions, but I'm seeing what I can see here, and I think, okay, you need more shards. And I'm saying that because your gear in progress right now for C looks good. You know, you don't look far away. That will stall you. I mean, it could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, if you remember with my Crimson account, I did get my SLKR requirements done pretty quick. But then I had a little stall at the end waiting for Command Shuttle. So that would be my advice. Just don't get stalled on a ship, because it's the worst feeling, I tell you. So, yeah. Honestly, if you can afford to put a bit more energy into that just to get it done, I would. Because if anything, you're getting a good Scoundrel out of it. I mean, how's your Queel looking? Queel's 4 as well, so yeah. I know you might not be going for Mando, or Beskar Mando, but like I say, just try and get that little bit of energy into him. It's a pain in the backside, but he is... Oh, the bomber's worth it. I need to do it on my other accounts as well, because the bomber is a great standalone tank. You don't need the Empire fleet, you just need the ship. So, yeah, that's all I can really add there as far as you see progress is looking great, bar that ship. I would say if it had been 5-star, I wouldn't be worried because I think, all right, you're a couple of weeks away. I mean, for all I know, you're on 64 out of 65 shards, you know, and you're just waiting for the next refresh. But how I'm seeing it right now, you could be 0 out of 65, which means you've got about 100 plus shards. So, yeah, I just hope you can get that bomber done fast because the rest of it doesn't look too far away. I mean, going back to the Empire, like I say, you're 1 star away on Piet, 1 star on Krennic. All 3 of them need gear. And so, what? Saying that your Sith didn't need gear, did they? No, you've got the. It's just relics you need on Sidious. So you're really not far away. You know, if I was you, I'd be getting eager now. I'd be like, come on, this is taking too much time. And yeah, I'd just like you think 7 gear pieces to 12 there. So we're talking 14 total. Not 14 total, 13 total. We're talking pretty much the same there as well. And Krennic's, what, just another 20? So you're really not far away. You know, all I can say is good luck. One thing I didn't look at, I'll just have a quick nosy at, is Thrawn. What speed you at? .281. That's not bad for Thrawn. I'm going to say 281. You could be a little faster, but 281 you'll get the job done. So yeah, general review, what I would say, just try and get that bomber done. I know I've said it already, that'd be my #1 priority for you now, get the bomber done. Obviously get your C-tunes done as well, make sure they're all geared and relicked as appropriately needed. But once you've got them 7-star, Piet and Krennic, Armourer, like I say, you do your 50 refreshes, you know, 50, 50, 50. Once that energy is cashed in, first thing you do, Armourer. Just get that done and then go on the gear. Because honestly, Armourer will just make that team tick as far as on offense. On defense, I don't think there is a good Sith defense team. You know, any SLKR can knock it down. JMLs with Bastila can do the job as well from what I've heard. So really, you don't need to worry about defense. Although, I do hear Darth Vader can cause trouble for JMLs. What you really want is yeah, you just want the armor. You want the armor and Watt built up. So I'd like to know how your Watt's getting on, because I don't know if it's just a case of you're a little bit behind on it, but do let me know. Do let me know, because I think Watt will be the important one. You could possibly get away with just the armor because you have got protection recovery in there, but Watt is just double icing on the cake. Okay, I'm wrapping up here. I'm wrapping up. I didn't look at your negotiator fleet, I do apologise for that. Just a quick glance just before we go. Yeah, you got Rex done. BTL Y1 could do a bit of love, but yeah, that's just me being a little bit specific. I do like that Y-Wing, it's very good in the negotiator fleet. But yeah, I've got a Relic Hounds too, so I can get what you're going for there. So yeah, personally I would try and build up the Y-Wing when you've done with C as well. If anything, I'm advising you to go to Galactic Republic after that. But yeah, that one isn't bad as well because you get Wrecker Shards now, so maybe it can lead you towards another farm. Maybe not, but maybe. So yeah, just general thoughts. Yeah, your roster's looking very solid. You've got a lot of things going on, but I know what you're working towards. I can see it quite clearly. Some of the mods I do think need work on. As far as, I think the characters that I'm guessing you use quite often you've modded well, but maybe the characters that you don't use as often are less modded well. So, for instance, I'm looking at Boba down the bottom there. Yeah, Crit Avoidance Arrow, I'm not convinced he needs that. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say on that point. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, folks. If anyone's got any advice for Gibbo in the comments, leave it down below. If you think I overlooked something in the roster and you're like, hang on, I wanted to see this, let me know, and then I might not overlook it in another roster review. Equally, Gibbo, if you want another checkup in 6 months, just let me know around that time. Same with everyone else's ad roster reviews. If I've said I'd like to see where you are, don't forget, I will do them again. But other than that, thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, everyone.